Where do you take Le'Veon Bell and Brady, the two biggest names that won't be playing for September and a little bit of October? Where do
I
you
have
take
Le'Veon Bell as a first-round pick. I have him as my number 6 running back and my number 8 overall. And, listen, Le'Veon Bell averaged 15 fantasy points a game. He's going to miss 3 games right there. So we looked at this, right? So last year, Todd Gurley missed 4 games and was the 5th best running back in fantasy. So you can do some damage in 13 games. I think there's an argument to be made that Le'Veon Bell missing those games actually might help, gives him a little bit more time to prepare, to get healthy. He ended last season with an injury, and it's less wear and tear on him. He's a guy that has ended both of the last 2 seasons with an injury. My belief is that Le'Veon Bell plus 3 games of a replacement-level running back, which you can get fairly easily in the first 3 weeks. You're not dealing with buys or that many injuries at that point. 3 games of replacement level running back plus Le'Veon Bell is easily a top 6 running back. Frankly, if you can draft Le'Veon Bell and reach for DeAngelo Williams and make sure you pair those 2 guys up, you've got the number 1 running back in fantasy.
And then what about Brady? Where do you have him?
I have Brady as my QB 6. I think Brady's going to have a monster year. Again, 4 games. You don't love missing the 4 games, but you can do a lot of damage in 12 games. Odell Beckham missed 4 games in his rookie year, finished as the 2nd best wide receiver in fantasy. I believe same sort of thing. Replacement level is so deep, especially at the quarterback position, that 4 games of a replacement level quarterback plus Tom Brady is easily a top 5 fantasy quarterback. This year, Rich, in fantasy, quarterback is the deepest it has ever been.
Why do you say that?
Just because there's so many talented players, not just from an NFL skill standpoint, but just because of the offenses they're in terms of the fantasy production they put in, based on the way that the league is going. It's a passing league now. If you breathe on a defender, it's 15 yards. You can't defend anyone. So you think about some of the guys that are going outside the top 15. Matthew Stafford going outside the top 15. I've seen Tyrod Taylor fall outside the top 15. Jameis Winston. These are all guys that I think will have very good years. People like Phillip Rivers and Kirk Cousins and Derek Carr all going outside the top 10. They're all going to have very big years. Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Joe Flacco, Matthew Stafford, those 4 quarterbacks all have really nice schedules for the first 4 games. So those are the quarterbacks I like pairing with Brady. So if I draft Brady, grab one of those guys, you start them for 4 games, and then then you're good to go.
Matthew Berry joining me here on the show. So fill in the blank. You're foolish if you choose a quarterback before the blank round. Which round?
Fifth at the latest, and I go usually much later. But if Cam or Aaron Rodgers are somehow sitting there in the 5th, then okay, pull the trigger.
Wow.
It's the deep. I'm telling you, it is
so hold. It's sort of like Braveheart. You have to scream hold because you're seeing all these quarterbacks still out there. Keep going, running back and wide receiver, or even tight end before you choose your quarterback. Huh.
Yeah, again, the replacement level is just so high. So honestly, running back and wide receiver depends on where you want to go with tight end. Other than Gronk, the only guy that I would consider at tight end in the first 4 rounds is Jordan Reed. I have Olsen around after him in the 5th, and then after that, you just sort of wait. And there's a lot of guys after those 3 that are all solid.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.